your phone to call someone?
Some people could say this is just a lighting, but there seems to be something more dark going on here. This isn't normal at all. This is absolutely demonic.
High school kids, after being hypnotized by their principal, are
a lot more and really look at them for what they are? Or is this conditioning? Maybe getting used to seeing such weird things, such odd things, and shrug them off as. Take a look at this. Comment below. Tell me what you think.
Can I use your phone to call someone?
Hell no.
Can I use your phone to call someone?
Boy, the second drop down got me.
Science proves that human beings only see 4% what's in front of them.
Damn.
What happens when we can see 10% what's in front of us? Would we be in fear? This is the same reason why if you take your Tesla down to the local cemetery and you sit there with your barometric camera on, you're going to see human beings walking around on that camera that you can't see with your own visual perception. Why is that? What is that about? Why do scientists come out and say that the afterlife takes a place in another dimension?
Which I think for sure.
Why is that? I've seen people dying. I looked at people's faces when they was checking out. They looking past me. They looking past you. Whatever they looking at is not what we thinking.
It's like that thing that happened in the Vietnam War where they had that special dye on their glasses and they're seeing monsters that was there and then they take them off and they're not there.
Really? I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
It's a certain dye that they actually banned in America.
Oh, was that Agent Orange or was that something else?
No, it's something else.
There was a dye that they used to color the lenses on night vision goggles. They went from a red spectrum to the current spectrum that we on now, which is green, grays, and white. When they was using the red spectrum, soldiers complained that they seen monsters.
Man, that part where he say, people passing on, when they looking past you, bro, I told y'all, I seen my grandfather's dad. Bro, he had the death rattle. If y'all know what the death rattle is, this one is like, it's like they gurgling and shit. I don't know how to explain it. It'll mess your head up if you see it though. Especially if it's your loved one. I seen that and his eyes was like all white. And he just like looking past us. He just got the death rattle, bro. That shit I was like 12. That was like the second time I seen somebody transitioning. The first time was like instant, and everything was like everybody's moving out the way, running and shit. But the second time was a family member, so it was like, oh shit, that's facts. And to hear what my grandfather's dad said he was seeing, like months before he even kind of transitioned, seeing black figures in the corner, evil, just ugly. He said the dude was ugly. He was tall. He was big, and he was sitting in the corner. And he said he'd be watching him. I was always told that story, and I always instantly thought I don't want to deal with no shit like that. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. Let me know y'all thoughts. That was some real shit right there. That one hit home.
Watch his face transform. Some people could say this is just a lighting, but there seems to be something more dark going on here. This isn't normal at all. This is absolutely demonic, and this rapper goes by the name of Sway Lee. This just goes to show you that these artists in the music industry, they participate in a lot of dark things behind the scenes. Also, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just showcasing this video clip and how weird it looked when the light hit him, but maybe it was just the lighting. Maybe that's all that it was. Again, you can come to your own conclusion about this, but something ain't right about this at all. Something seems off about all of this, and I know I'm not the only one out there that finds this to be disturbing, that finds this to be strange, that finds this to be very bizarre. Again, you can come to your own conclusion. I find this to be very, very strange. What do you all think about this?
Somebody gonna be like, nah, it was just a camera glitch.
Justin Bieber just came out and said that Diddy and Usher were drinking his blood in the form of adrenochrome. This is happening, y'all. The Epstein files is not just... There's cannibalism in there. They're eating children. They're drinking blood. They're harvesting blood for adrenochrome. For those of you that still don't believe, I don't know where your mind is at, but you need to wake up, because this has been happening. We've been telling you that this has been happening before the Epstein files were released. And after the Epstein files were released, some of y'all still don't believe it. And I don't know what's up with y'all. Wake up.
Some people, it ain't their child, so they don't care until it is their child.
The CIA ran a bunch of experiments and research on marine mammal consciousness and its potential for human connection right before they made it illegal to deliberately communicate with any kind of marine mammal life under the MMPA. And this is because the CIA is hiding the fact that there are aliens at the bottom of the ocean, and the dolphins that aren't able to be brainwashed the same way that humans are would definitely expose this secret to us. Who said that?
Who with her?
All right, so people keep sending me this, and I got questions my damn self. So when they be going to space and be showing us a big ass ball, is that not... Where is the ball? Where is Earth? Like the flat earthers, right? I ain't gonna lie, they be having some valid points. Niggas literally said the Earth was a ball. Now I'm feeling stupid because I'm like, so you just gonna believe what somebody told you? I'm like, that's what you supposed to do. God damn, I thought that's how everybody learns. Somebody teach your ass and you be like, bet, I believe that to be true because you fucking told me. If y'all sitting up here teaching us lies, how the I'm supposed to know? And then I see shit like this. All right, so we in a bubble. And then dinosaurs in the street. And then look, man, y'all got cars in between the worlds, man. Y'all try to me up, bro, because I be trying. I know I ain't dumb, but I don't want to be wrong. Now I'm like, damn, I don't want to look at this shit and say, hell no, man. And I'm like, I don't know. Cause we in that little thing, bro, and this other little bubbles, all everybody got a little bubble, bro. Everybody got a bubble, bro, and they done figured this shit out, but they don't want us to know because we might lose our shit, just like they didn't want us to know about aliens. And then all of a sudden they was like, oh, never mind, y'all got us. They're real. What? Y'all can't keep coming out saying shit that y'all said was fake is real now. Cause then it's like, well, what the else did y'all lie about? I'm starting to think it's everything. Now y'all got flat earther people telling me shit, and I'm looking at them like, I think y'all might be onto something. And my regular earther people like, bro, don't let no tell your ass that shit. What boy, your ass is not that stupid. You was right there in class with me. We saw that shit be a circle, bro. Sphere, but yeah, bro, you right. I can't be letting these niggas make me think outside the box.
Look, to my Globers. Yes, I think we on a flat surface, but I think it's way more complicated than that. I don't think it's just flat. I feel like there's shit under us. There's places under us. Let your mind wander where you want it to. I feel like there's an ice wall around us where they claim Antarctica is at. And I feel like when they say outer space is up, I feel like it's the space on the outside of the ice walls. Because, I mean, I'm just connecting the dots. Typically, that's what they do when they give us fake shit. And I'm not trying to disagree with nobody when I say I believe in this. I'm saying it so the ones who do believe in what I believe can chase the truth. And if you believe what you believe, you chase your truth. One day, we gonna come to the conclusion of whose truth was right. I don't care if you were right. I don't care if I was right. As long as it came out. And it might be land on the other side of that ice wall that I want to get to.
Is Kanye West sending way too deep of a message here that may come off a little dark, depicting himself as someone who's already died and moved on to the next life after being seated right in front of Michael Jackson, who's already passed away, and now they're in the same church in the afterlife with aliens and all the other things that have been sacrificed in the world for the world's advancement, like aliens and all of this extraterrestrial.
Man, Ye be putting shit out. I'm saying.
I don't blame them. And there's only a matter of time before everywhere else start happening like that too. Y'all peep this shit. So y'all remember that big ass factory that got caught on fire and everything like that. They said it's about a good 1.2 million square foot. And it just caught on fire, right? When I heard about this shit, I honestly thought it was an accident for real. Like some type of fire that started or whatever. Come to find out, that shit was intentional as hell. Because someone decided to post up a video talking about, y'all should have paid us a livable wage. Y'all should have paid us more. Y'all should have raised our pay and everything like that. And the mother just started setting shit on fire. Like he just started setting all of the products on fire. But here is the crazy part though. I don't blame that. Because if he is not living a livable, or he's not getting paid a livable wage, oh honey, that's going to happen to a lot of people. A lot of people are going to start developing that mindset. A lot of people are going to start developing that type of anger. Because these bitches got the nerve to raise the prices on living on everything, but want to keep minimum wage and bay? Sweetheart, no. Hell no. So with that being said, I understand why baby boy did what he did. And like I said, it's only a matter of time before it start happening and a whole bunch of other places, okay? Because like I said, baby, all it takes is one of us to stand up. And he happened to be that one.
So if I told you that my dad signed an NDA to hunt something that wasn't supposed to exist, and that the people funding it weren't scientists, but billionaires, you wouldn't believe me, but this was posted on a forum.
I'm gonna tell you guys, so you guys don't have to watch that long video. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Absolutely freaking insane, because do you know how many freaking stories there are like this? I have made countless Siren videos, and do you know how many ex-Navy or older people like that have been in the Navy, they know someone that's in the Navy, they have parents in the freaking Navy, have told them the things that they have seen. And there was even one guy on my video, he said, and I fact checked this too, I looked at, he had posted about him being in the Navy, whatever, and like proof. And he said, I would tell you what I've seen in the water, but I would be scared for my life. What do you mean? So now I've heard, right? I have heard people, you know what? Let me just tell the story. Basically, there's someone who had a dad that was in the Navy, and when he gets older, he ends up about to die, and he shares a story that he had went on a trip looking for sharks, and that's what they said, but usually you'll hear that they're hunting them for the elites. So this time the elites, the billionaires, were on the ship. with them. They are going out into deep water. This is in the early 2000s, around the time that all those yachts started to disappear. And this is right after the 1997, I believe it was 1997 when the bloop appeared. They went to the same area that the bloop was and they started looking. They got interested to see like, what could this possibly be? You know, after the scientist said, it's just icebergs rubbing together, please. I always say, if it was just iceberg, why are you guys looking? Listen, why are we all of a sudden detonating ton bombs in the freaking ocean after the bloop happened if it's just ice? Okay, go out there. All of a sudden, after 3 days of like nothing, they get something like thrashing. Well, they see something on their sonar and they're like, okay, maybe it's like a shark or something. No. It starts going as fast as the ship, like neck and neck with the ship, just like Sauce 90. Y'all know that fisherman that they took his boat because he was posting proof that sirens exist. You know, those things that were on either side of his boat going just at the same speed of his boat. I'm telling y'all, he caught sirens on tape. So they end up getting this thing in the net. It's thrashing around way too strong to be freaking human. He sees eyes that like are reflecting like cat's eyes and gills along the side of its body, and it ends up going back into the ocean. And half of the billionaires are arguing they want to keep going and get footage. The other half are like, nah, we're freaking leaving, like they're scared. Absolutely insane. Now, I've never heard a story of the billionaires actually being there, but I mean, I honestly believe things like Squid Games are real, because if you have a lot of money, most of the time people don't know what to do with it. I would have to make a part 2. I don't like making these over 3 minutes, but anyway, as always, make sure you like and follow, comment down below what you think. This is absolutely insane. More and more people are just opening their mouths about sirens.
So, oh man.
3 high school kids died after being hypnotized by their principal. What? It was this principal named George Kanye, and he actually was this principal at this school in Florida called Northport High School. He went to this thing, he was there, and the person was doing hypnosis. He thought it was so interesting. So then eventually this guy goes on his own and he starts taking a course that was like a week course on hypnosis. So then after everything he learns, this guy starts trying it left and right at school, on staff, students, teachers, whatever the case may be. He's trying it on everybody, bro. He tried it on about over 70 people. Wow. What was surprising is a cool amount of students actually were coming back and saying they were getting better results through his hypnosis, which was mind-blowing. I'm telling you, like, some of the students would say their grades were doing better, and there was evidence of their grades doing better. Wow. There was other students that were in sports were saying, I was doing way better during my sports, like I scored a lot more during the games, or I've been doing this better, or whatever the case may be, after they got hypnotized by the principal. Later on that same year, this kid, who I think was about 16 years old, he goes and sees this principal. Immediately after, he ended up driving off of a cliff with his girlfriend in the car. After he got hypnotized? The day after he got hypnotized by the teacher. Whoa. I mean, the principal. Then, about 2 weeks later, the day of, he goes and he brings this girl in who's about like 17. Literally the next day, she herself as well. No way. 2 weeks later, there's a third kid who comes through, gets the hypnosis. A day after, they go and they ended up killing themselves. No way. Bro, after that, I think he goes to like a court date and everything to like talk about all this. And bro, they literally end up ruling it as it is what it is. And he does 0 jail time.
Why does that always happen?
Yo, check it out, family. While we was sleeping, NASA uploaded this. They said they spotted this last night. And this ain't AI. This came from NASA theyself. I understand they a Decepticon. We can't trust them. But it's a reason why they showing us this. And for all my people who can really see and understand, if you know, you know. Because what that look like. At the same time, I told y'all, 2026, the veil is gone. It's Nathan there. It's gone. It's out of there. 2 plus 2 plus 6 is 10. 1 and a 0 is used in binary coding. You flip the ones back into 0. Reset. Great reset. Like 44 used to say, if y'all know who 44 is. But that being said, family, y'all let me know what y'all think and feel in the comment on Funnel Grave. Shit is crazy. So look, let's come with the evidence. Now, they say it's not NASA footage, but it came from NASA clip. So maybe it was just somebody who was viewing through a telescope and seen it and sent the image. I don't know. But is that video that I showed you fake? No. Because it's still real. How? Because Groups say it ain't nothing but a bright star being viewed through a telescope, and the strange orange structure and the diffraction spikes is a common optical effect from a telescope called spider Venus. However you pronounce it, whatever. But I don't do no bapping. I just want y'all to see the evidence. Because if they saying this is how stars look through the telescope, if you got a brain, what that really look like? And we could put 2 and 2 together of who didn't fall, who was a falling star.
Spray the water.
Now, what they're spraying here is something called diquat, and this is an extremely dangerous pesticide and herbicide, and I want to show you something right now. This guy's going to show you the difference in the waters and the wildlife of where they're spraying versus where they're not spraying.
See how there's no bottom limbs? See how all the bottom limbs, the whole layer of where they've sprayed it, it's killed it. Everything that should be going down to the water, see that? That's dead. There's no rubbery, no elastic in here. So that's why you don't have any, where they spray, that's why you don't have any life, 4 to 8 feet from the water. And I'll show you what it's supposed to look like, places where they have to spray. Those limbs go down into the water, they're alive. This is how it's supposed to look.
Because they're spraying these extremely harmful pesticides in the water. And these are some of the places that they've been spraying in the US alone. And right now, it's never been more important to understand that they are poisoning our food, air, and water supply every single day.
The truth about the firmament right in our face. Watch this. What are they trying to tell y'all?
This is impossible! Ed was right! The sky is falling! Thank you very much.
Right in your
Now
face.
what? I'm afraid we may just find out, Eddie.
God's words tells us in Job chapter 37, verse 18, what the firmament's like. Hast thou with them spread out the sky which is strong, and as a molten looking glass. Is that why Hillary always talked about breaking that glass ceiling?
Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks.
Or guys, you remember when Bill Nye slipped up and said, we can't leave the earth, it's a closed system?
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the earth. There's no place to go.
Guys, they know the truth. They're gonna continue to put it right in our face. Send this to somebody that needs to see this, and like always, God bless.
God, you're hot. You know that? Dang. Where'd you go to school at?
I go Crockett.
All right.
Well, I'm asking a question. You don't have to answer, but let's just say if you were really offended by that, just raise your hand. If it doesn't offend you, keep your hand down. Do you see what I'm saying here, guys? How would you like your kid talked to like that? We have to worry about our kids getting shot up in schools and all this other stuff, right? But what we don't need to be worrying about is the comments of a man to a minor.
Good dad.
Would you want that kid, would you want your kid around that guy without a camera around? I wouldn't. And I'm astonished by every single person here. I'm going to tell you straight up, if this guy still has a job here soon, I'm going to do whatever I can to raise as much money as I can to get every single one of y'all out of here. No joke. And the rest of the team is with me. We're going to be down here every school meeting and everything. That's unacceptable, man. And look at your face. You don't even care. This is your community that you're supposed to be serving. Look at the distraction. You put us on the map nationally, embarrassed us. And you don't even have the backbone just to walk off, dude.
That's a person. Yeah.
Okay, so a few months ago, I saw this guy in the middle of the ocean, and he was just standing there looking around. This is how far out it was. And then I look a little bit closer at my footage, and look what I see. Like, look at this dolphin. And this has to be Gerald. Watch this. Have you ever seen dolphins do this? So now it all makes sense. Like, look at this dolphin. He's, like, floating on his back. Like, Gerald definitely would do something weird like that. So what I'm thinking happened is they recruited that guy that's in the ocean, and now they're, like, happy because he probably built them an underwater city, and it's, like, floating on their backs now. Dolphins only do that when they're happy and they're, like, playing around. The whole thing was just weird, though, because after I saw the guy, he just completely disappeared, and he never even came out of the water. I didn't know if I was going crazy, so I asked people at the beach if they saw him, and they said yeah, and they saw him go underwater, and they never saw him come up again. And now with the whole Gerald thing coming out, it all makes sense. He was definitely helping them build an underwater city.
Who with this damn Gerald dolphin, all this shit? Who with this story, bro? Who with it and who against it? That was weird. I give that to you. He was in the water. That was weird. But I need to see a whole clip, not no cut clips. I need to see that. I don't know, man. I don't know. What's y'all thoughts? I don't know. I really can't tell you.
Known for capturing wildlife on camera, David's route Erie. Take a look.
Right behind me, a family shot a three-legged creature that attacked them and left scratch marks on their house.
Wherever it ran in front of the truck, it had that third leg.
It was seen many more times all over the town, spread through the news, and people got so scared that they formed a mob to hunt and kill this creature. But the very first sighting is at this house.
There was no way to contact the family that saw this happen, so I'm just gonna go up there and knock and hope, because there's a lot of no trespassing signs. How's it going? I'm making a video documentary about what's called the Enfield monster, and we're trying to find the house it happened at. Was that here, or do you know?
I seen it online, I looked at shit up on I have no clue.
Well, this wasn't the guy that got attacked by the creature. We later would find the correct man. But
I wanted to see the rest of that, bro.
Alright, watch her soul come out of her body. This is not an argument, this is scientific fact. Look, you see it? Look at how it walks. Like, wait, she's standing now? And that's her soul. It's not an energy, that's her soul. Look at its legs. They're super long. Our soul's legs are super long. You want to know what it reminds me of? Just hold on. I'm going to let this shit change. She's returning back to her body. You want to know what that reminds me of? Look. Reminds me of that. And for those of you who don't know about that video, it was actually taken from a man that was dancing. I mean, technically, yeah. Like, those are some wide-ass steps. Wide-ass steps. So, like, if they made that Disney cartoon of that ghost, then that means that they knew exactly what a ghost looked like, or, like, our spirit looks like. They knew exactly what our spirit looked like. Cause like watching that little dance, I used to be like, why his legs so long? He a ghost, why his legs so long?
No, that's literally like his soul. That's his soul. This is what our souls look like. Like, yo.
6 reasons why we homeschool our children in 60 seconds. Let's do it. Number 1, I'm not letting the school system raise my kids. They're learning more TikTok dances than they actually do mathematics in there. Be like, in the middle of the hallway. Number 2, my kids don't need permission to go to the bathroom. This is a house, not a prison camp. 3, we teach real life skills, cooking, cleaning, discipline, why small little habits matter, communication skills, sales, entrepreneurship, spirituality, not memorize this for a test that you'll forget tomorrow. Number 4, socialization. My children have 5, soon to be 6, other siblings, and they have communities they can interact with. They're more social than kids who talk to no one except for their iPad all the time. Number 5, we control our own environment. We don't bully. We don't have bad agendas. We're not worried about teachers stressed out, being underpaid, and now taking it out on the kids. It's us. And last but not least, our kids grow at their own pace, not whatever speed the school system forces them to. There's no comparison. There's no labels. There's no limits to their growth. We don't homeschool to isolate our children. We homeschool to elevate them. Boom! Saved you confusion, judgment, and one angry PTA meeting.
I like where he was getting at.
Here's how to know if you're eating fake, lab-grown meat or real meat. They're not going to label it lab-grown or synthetic, sweetheart. That would scare you away. Instead, they use softer words that sound almost natural. The words you need to watch for are cell-cultured and cultivated meat. If you see those phrases on the label, that meat was grown in a laboratory from animal cells. It was never part of a living, breathing animal. Next time you're shopping, read the fine print. If it says cell-cultured, cultivated, or cell-based, put it back. Share this with your family so they know what to look for. Comment yes if this was helpful, and follow me for more things they don't want you to know.
Put helpful down below if that was helpful. If y'all want more like it.
I was born in Manhattan in 1955 on the Upper East Side.
I swear they are playing with us, bro.
Check it out, family. 2026. I told y'all the veil is gone. And now we got rappers popping out, shape-shifting on stage. And this is recently at the Coachella event, man. I don't know what rapper this is. If y'all know, let me know. But on From the Grave, shit is crazy.
Don't forget that we gave up our right to privacy with the U.S. Patriot Act that came as a result of the attacks on 9/11. The government needed a way to surveil and investigate everyone's personal devices, including, but not limited to, neurotechnology. Yep, they are using EEG to decode imagined speech. When you say a word in your head, your brain actually sends a faint, tiny motor signal to your vocal cords and your tongue, whether or not you move them, and their AI is already 80% accurate at predicting imagined speech. Go look it up. Also feel like we should get our right to privacy back now that we all know that it was at the minimum an inside job, but I enjoy life. Anyways, this is my driver, and these are the payoffs for living in whatever, right?
Facts. The crazy thing is, we'll never get it back. And they killed like 3 birds or 4 birds and so many birds in one stone. Like I always say, that's what I feel like they did. Did they or did they not? They used that as a reason to go where? To look really for what? And find what? I can't say it. And then they turn around and use it to... I believe they use that situation to also do it, what she's talking about also. But again, this for entertainment. And what it said is not true. It's all made up. It's a fake story. Fake ID.
This man teaches you exactly how to do a money ritual, but it's with a demon. Listen to this.
Ritual. I know all y'all need money. But some people already know this ritual. A simple ritual, the Legba ritual. You go to a crossroad on a Monday.
You know what happens at a
corners,
crossroad?
where the crossroad is, 4 corners. You take 4 pennies, you put on each corner. Right? Put on each corner. Then you ask a Legba for what? Financial lead or financial gain. And it takes about a week, but you will get that money. You understand what I'm saying? That's only in dire straits. But that's what you do. You go to that crossroad and put 4 pennies. And remember, it's the God of Legba.
By no way am I saying do this. And if you do decide to do this, be careful with what comes with the money. There may be demonic ties and unintended consequences that come with this money. It sounds like the guy that's talking about it, Bobby Hemmett, might know from first-hand experience what he's talking about. As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
That's facts. And Bobby Hemmett's on point with that shit.
Possible for there never to have been rain on this planet until the year 2348 BCE. They couldn't give me an answer for it, so I started doing research. And I looked into glaciations and ice cores, and the deeper you look into the ice cores, you can go back almost 1.2 million years and you see the same recursive things that's taking place. And in order to have glaciers in those places means you have precipitation.
Oh, Terrence Howard, I wanted to hear him go further with that.
What if Bigfoot, the Abominable Snowman, and a lot of these creatures, they're interdimensional beings? What does that mean? They can travel in between dimensions. If you look at the 411 map of the United States of America, so it's all of the places that's been reported of missing people, and all the hot spots all over the states. It immediately corresponds to all Bigfoot sightings ever. Line up exactly to Bigfoot sighting areas. Really? People think, what if Bigfoot is just maybe walking through portals? Or people are walking through these portals. And that's why you see them for a bit at this period. That's why they can never track them down.
That shit could be the case.
Picture this. Imagine being a large grocery chain, such as Kroger, and having to possibly fire the entire promotional department. And why do I say that? Because, you know, they run commercials and ads all across the TV with what's on sale. Well, this week's special of meat might have you rethinking shopping at one of their grocery stores. You haven't seen this viral video? Take a look at this. Check this out.
Kroger put out a TV ad. Watch this.
Watch carefully. Pay attention to the meat.
You can save big in every aisle at Kroger. Right now, USDA choice food and ribeye.
Are those bugs crawling across that meat?
What the hell just crawled across that meat?
I can't believe it. If you look.
Watch. Look at them.
Right there. How did they miss that?
How exactly do you miss something that obvious while recording meat? Bugs crawling across the meat. Have one more look at this clip again.
So Kroger put out a TV ad. Watch this.
You can save big in every aisle at Kroger. Right now, USDA choice food and ribeye.
Are those bugs crawling across that meat?
This is ridiculous.
I can't believe it. If you look.
Look.
Right there. How did they miss that?
So if you have a Kroger supermarket chain in your local viewing area, keep an eye out for that commercial. Let me know if you see the same thing. But at the same time, what are your thoughts on this? The entire marketing team fired? I say so. Let me know your thoughts on this, and will you go shop and get that meat deal that they just showed on that ad? And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
What if they did that on purpose, just because they knew people still would have
Y'all aren't ready for this one. Exodus took place in America, and the true Nile is the Mississippi River.
Moses was born here and was buried in Utah. Pay attention to this one because I'm going to be showing you how much of the Old Testament actually took place here in the Americas. When Moses split the Red Sea, he was leading the Israelites into California. For centuries, California was depicted as an island in all the older maps, even labeled with having a Red Sea. So if cartographers of the past were really mistaken, why do so many maps have this exact same mistake with such detail? Now by the 1770s, California begins to look like what it does today, but can't go back to its natural state due to so many dams and levees holding it together. There are over 1,500 dams in California alone, literally holding back an entire sea. Now, the Mississippi River is the true Nile. The Nile of the fake Egypt does not match the description in Isaiah 11:15. It said the Lord smite the river into 7 streams. But the Nile we're given in Africa only has 2 major tributaries. And what is the largest river complex in America? The Mississippi. It's the only major river on Earth that matches the description with 7 massive streams. There's also many Egyptian named cities across the Mississippi, and these are just the ones alongside the river, not considering the rest of the country. Now let's read about the death of Moses in Deuteronomy 34, which shows us his final journey and burial being in Utah, or Judah. All the locations mentioned are found here. This one puts the nail in the coffin. Then Moses went to the plains of Moab, onto the top of Mount Nebo. So a 70-hour walk from Moab to Mount Nebo. Okay, to the top of Pisgah. Pisgah, Utah, that is over against Jericho. Boom, Jericho, Utah, right across Mount Pisgah. And if you're not mind blown yet, you need to drink some wake up juice. But hold on, we still got more places to verify. And then the Lord showed him the whole land from Gilead onto Dan. Gilead, Utah to Dan or Daniel, Utah. Same thing. All these places are in the same vicinity to Mount Nebo. All of Naphtali, or Nephi, Utah, as in Naphtali being one of the tribes of Israel. The territory of Ephraim, right here. And now, you won't find a Manasseh, Utah on the map, but there's a reason for that. The town no longer exists. It didn't survive. But there was a Manasseh in Utah. Give it a quick search and you'll see Manasseh is said to have existed right next to Ephraim. And what do we know about these 2 tribes? They were brothers. So of course they'd be right next to each other. Remember, it says Moses could see the whole land of Judah, or the whole land of Utah, from the top of Mount Nebo. This is what it looks like 12,000 feet high. And sure enough, you can see all these sites from this mountain. Now let's take a look at their little fake hill, Mount Nebo, in Israel, Palestine, which is only 2,000 feet. And it's not even a mountain, it's labeled a ridge, a hill. So why are you calling a ridge a mountain? You mean to tell me Moses could see the whole promised land from this little hill? It doesn't come close. That is a real mountain. There's also many more biblically named locations throughout Utah. Moses Rock. They told you Mormons named these places, but that's the cover story. That's the hijack. Mormons just knew they were setting up in the ancient lands, and they even talk about Indian tribes being descendants of the Hebrews. And while I'm not saying they are, it could explain all these ancient Hebrew artifacts that have been found throughout the US. Many of these tribes were at least in connection with the Israelites. And once you start to compare not only their cultural similarities, the artifacts, or even the linguistic similarities between the Native American languages and the Hebrew tongues, you will find a mountain of evidence. But that's a story for another time. America is the true promised land. And you know there's a spell cast when people can't see what's right in front of them.
That topic right there, man, will lead some people down a rabbit hole that then they're gonna have to accept some shit that they really don't want to accept. I'm not even gonna say it because I don't want to rub and ruffle some damn feathers, but that shit right there with where he's leading into, that shit will ruffle some feathers. I'm talking about shut some shit down. I already know it would. I see the comments. I know that shit would. Oh, bro.
Mansion.
I could think we had other problems. Low battery, posing risk of return. Please initiate return. We didn't have much time, so I quickly went around the place and found lots of underground vents, a hidden house on the other side of the map, and a work vehicle hurrying off in the distance. And by that time, that man on the...
Damn, I wanted to hear more all day these videos. I gotta ask y'all this. If they using weather modification down there in Antarctica, or the ice walls, however you want to put it, they use it on us. What if they down there using it to the max down there to keep us from being able to go down there, or to keep whatever's on the other side of that, whatever is down there, to keep that from exposing itself to us? What if? I'm just asking questions. What I'm saying ain't true. It don't even have to be true. We just gotta be asking questions here. Let me know.
Y'all, watch this.
She said, "What I look like quitting when tomorrow might be the day I might win." What we talking? What are we talking? If that's not the energy we moving with for all 2026, I don't know what is. If it's within God's will, then I'm forever in the way. What are we talking? It's gonna happen, or it's gonna happen. Period.
Hi guys, this is Paranormal Northwest. We decided to go up Courtsville Road and find the door, aka the Giant's door. It took a bit to figure out where it was, because I forgot to put it on the maps. We found it though. It's right here. This is the infamous door on Courtsville Road, I think, up Green Peter Dam Reservoir. That's the infamous door right there. It's interesting, it is strange, but I don't know, it is weird. But to be honest with you guys, I think it's just a rock formation. That's just me. But yeah, that's it. Welcome to the channel, and you'll see more of us doing weird things and looking at debunking and looking up cryptids and
10 missing or dead scientists. Another scientist has now been added to that list. And nobody finds this shit to be suspicious. Steven Garcia hasn't even been reported on. So my video is most likely going to be the first video that you see about him. Don't worry, I'm going to connect the dots to every single other scientist involved as well, okay? Because somehow there seems to be a lot of similarities. Steven Garcia, 48, vanished without a trace on August 28, 2025. He was last seen leaving his Albuquerque, New Mexico home on foot, carrying only a handgun. Who does that sound like? Like it says right here, McCaslin held high-ranking roles in the U.S. Air Force spanning science, technology, and space research, and was a commander of the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which we'll get to here in a second. His career included key roles in space acquisition and operations, as well as Pentagon posts on defense, space, and technology initiatives. His phone, prescription glasses, and wearable devices were located at the residence, but missing items included his hiking boots, wallet, and a .38 caliber revolver. Police also said he suffered from an unspecified medical condition. Here's the thing, right? I mentioned 10 missing scientists, one of them specifically being Monica Reza. Monica was listed as a co-creator of a 2010 patent for Mondeloy. Her work was supported by the U.S. Air Force Research Laboratory, and as you can see, her patented nickel-based superalloy Mondeloy brought her into the orbit of McCaslin, who oversaw the Air Force group that funded research in the early 2000s into advanced materials needed for reusable space vehicles and weapons. Now, I'm going to put this video and every single other video that I've discussed this specific subject into one specific playlist, because I'm going to be doing a deep dive on every single one of these scientists separately. So much more attention needs to be on this story, which is why I'm going to be doing separate videos. Just in case one ends up being suppressed, all of the other ones have a chance of being pushed out. Which makes you wonder, why are the videos about this specific subject being suppressed to begin with? If you don't question the reality around you, are you even human?
I promise y'all that y'all don't want to miss this video. This right here is one of the real reviews that we all been waiting for. We've always had a speculation about these meta glasses and what they have been doing, the radiation, y'all. Do you see this lady's face? This is what the meta glasses did to her face, y'all. She's thinking this is a chemical burn. But if you really look at her face, y'all, it's... ironically, it tore their face up as well too. And people are also agreeing with me that it's also radiation, that it's not chemical. I told y'all. Y'all, just the fact that they got all the content creators pushing it out right now, man, how do y'all know they're not being paid to do that? And then all of this happened to the lady, y'all, and then the sun heating up too. This is probably gonna happen a lot more, bro. If I were you, bro, the meta glasses, y'all do what y'all want, bro. But the shift is here, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Man, what? Oh, shit. Pray for her.
I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Look at that.
The hell? What is that?
It starts with silence. Then you hear footsteps that aren't yours. Hikers who went in alone faced something they couldn't explain. Some never came back. This is why you should never hike alone. On July 7th, 2014, deep in the Uwharrie National Forest, hunter Michael Green set up his thermal camera. He had done it many times before, hoping to catch animals on film. But that night, he noticed something that should not have been there. In the middle of the night, the camera picked up movement. A large, glowing figure moved between the trees. Its heat stood out bright against the cold forest. But something was wrong. The creature didn't move like a man or an animal. It moved slowly, almost like it knew it was being watched.
We genuinely just got like...
Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord.
Alright, TikTok keep banning me from live because they know I'm trying to tell the truth. But I saw this TikTok video. Some lady told AI to say some stuff, and it was mad weird. So we're gonna try it right now to see what's up with it. Alright. We're gonna tell it to say the sky is blue 50 times,
50
right?
times.
Say the sky is blue 50 times.
The sky is blue. 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 The sky is blue.
Alright.
No glitches, no weird sounds, no nothing, no breaths,
no tone,
nothing,
no tone
of voice, nothing.
Like just
regular.
normal.
The sky is blue. Said it the same every time. Now we're gonna tell it to say Jesus is Lord.
Jesus is Lord
50 times.
Say Jesus is Lord 50 times.
Jesus is Lord. 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 Jesus is Lord.
I'm tearing. Genuinely tearing. That was one of the scariest things I think of. This is literally live.
And around these last two, the sky is blue.
The last one.
Y'all literally just heard.
Why did it deepen its voice and sound like a demon?
Say Jesus is the Son 50 times.
Jesus is the Son. 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 Jesus is the Son.
Just heard it yourselves the entire time the pitch was changing, and especially that last part.
That
y'all
was
heard,
literally
y'all heard,
like,
I know y'all heard.
There's no way that wasn't more than 50 times. Y'all heard it, the voice completely.
That was horrible. That was horrifying. Like that.
Genuine, bro.
I dead ass get chills.
Try this for yourselves. Y'all gonna see, bro.
Anyone can try this, bro. Try it at home. Just download Grok, the Grok app.
They say AI is fallen angel technology, bro. This just like proves it right here, bro. Y'all gotta try it yourself, for real.
How y'all feeling about today's rollout, man? I had to come through with a little bit of a longer video. It's not as long as I typically would. I'm gonna come through with those as well, gearing those up. Came through yesterday though, and I know yesterday was a shorter video, so I was like, you know what? Let me get y'all another one today out there. And today I'm typically gonna drop anyways, Tuesday. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling, man. Let me know how y'all feeling about today's uploads. Let me know what y'all want to see more of. I hope y'all doing good. Y'all know I love y'all, man. But I ain't gonna hold you. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. But y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But if you watch any TV, whatever the case is, I wish you was smooth 7. I love y'all, Collective. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my count. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm